Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, thank you very much. Now, the NBA has accepted that this is an era of player movement. Commissioner Adam Silver says the data shows that superstars moving isn't necessarily a bad thing because it allows situations to change. Teams that may not be in a competitive position hope that they can sign one of those players. And as we know, Kevin, hope springs eternal.
It always does. It keeps the fans involved and looking for more. David, thanks. Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Ingram in the front court with Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. And for the Mavericks, the backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. At forward, they've got Hardaway Jr. and Finney-Smith. And it's Powell in at the 5 spot. With just about a half season behind us, the rankings are clearer than ever, Greg. You feel confident starting to make some playoff predictions?
Oh, Kevin, it's way too early for that. Injuries, other roster shakeups. There's just still so much that could happen and totally reshape those rankings.
Now here's McCollum. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And that range makes McCollum hard to defend because if you're too close, you know about his ability to go by you and get to his spots.
Here's Doncic. It's a three-point game. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Yeah, it was a narrow win, but at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
And with how he can operate on the block and shoot it, Valanciunas is a tough matchup for most centers.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
You know, he's been one of those players, they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
First one falls for him.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Greg, you have to love the impact that Tim Hardaway Jr. has had on the defensive end.
He's got a great wingspan to bother shooters and contain penetration. Always aware of where the ball is on the floor. You could call him an underrated defender.
Now McCollum after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. Hardaway against McCollum. Valanciunas with a screen on Hardaway. McCollum passes to Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Here's Doncic after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Doncic, no good. New Orleans has come out of the gates quickly. Here's Williamson. It's rebounded by Dallas, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. JaVale McGee's checked in for Dwight Powell. Christian Wood comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Doncic. There's 53 seconds left in the first. And here's Bullock from the arc. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Stolen by Bullock. Dinwiddie with it. He's picked up by Nance. Dinwiddie passes to Finney-Smith. Can't cash in from close range.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
The pass to Ingram. A 3-ball. Rebound by JaVale McGee. Mavericks trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Wood. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Pelicans' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And in the NBA, Clark, one singular talent can transform a team, as we know. So if you could play with either a superstar scorer or a defensive player of the year team, which would it be?
I think I've got to go with the defender, Kevin, simply because there are a lot more guys that do scoring at a high level than do defending at a high level. And if you have an elite defensive player of the year kind of guy, he can make a huge impact on your championship chances.
So for New Orleans right now, the forwards for him are a pair of Blue Devils, Ingram and Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the center filling out the middle. And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get a shot up while moving, that's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
Jones with the bounce pass.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Ingram. Over Hardaway. And it's Ingram missing.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
1:43 left now here in the second. Bullock with it. Valanciunas is there. That's it. The Pelican lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Bullock.
And the advantage he has is obvious. It's clear. I mean, just taking what the defense gives him there.
McCollum finds Valanciunas. Ingram outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Jones the pass to Valanciunas. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And the 7-footer Valanciunas with the foul. A big who isn't just skilled, but also brings that toughness.
Pelicans shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. JaVale McGee's checked in for Wood. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. Green, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Reggie Bullock. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Here's Dinwiddie. It's deflected. Here's Daniels. Dinwiddie covering. Daniels dishes to McCollum. Hayes with the screen for McCollum. And again, no good by New Orleans. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside, Green for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And New Orleans will come the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Here's Doncic. No good that time. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pelicans lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Two quarters of play completed as we welcome you to take a look at some of the upcoming games on the schedule. Okay, now time for 2K Trivia. One-on-one. Tonight, after the game, who wins?
Come on, EJ. You think I'm going to let little man even get a shot off?
I'm being serious. There's no way Shaq could keep up with me. I'd run circles, like literal circles around this guy.
All right, I got something to look forward to postgame. And looking back on the first half, how about the clinic put on by Valanciunas?
Well, he came to play, I can tell you that much, tearing it up on offense. Young players out there, watch how he asserts himself.
Going to be interesting to see if the defense brings more doubles to try and slow him down. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game for Jonas Valanciunas.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
On the wings, it's Dinwiddie and Hardaway Jr. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Jones the pass to Williamson. No good, shot missing. And it's Dallas the other way. Clark, when the Mavs traded for Rajon Rondo during the 14-15 season, Dwight Powell was included in that package, and he's still with them.
Yeah, you know, Rondo spent just a half season with the Mavs, and really at that point in time was in the second half of his career, while Powell has been there ever since and is a nice foundational piece. I mean, they love his work ethic, and he's a key part of their rotation, and I don't see that changing.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, "I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way." Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story.
One of the things I love most about Luka Doncic is court recognition and awareness. This guy is so sharp and alert, understands how to play.
Here's McCollum. Here's Valanciunas. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board, because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Lock at 6. They set the pick. Locked up there for Powell. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Got to give it up for Powell now. I mean, he excels in rising off the ground to punch home these alley-oops.
Valanciunas with a screen on Doncic. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Here's Dinwiddie. Sinks that one from the post.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Pelicans leading by 4. McCollum outside. This one for 3. The third quarter comes to a close. New Orleans on top, up by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
17.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so Graham will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They lead by 4. So the Pelican 5 right now. Larry Nance out there with Jackson Hayes. Then there's Devontae Graham. And it's Murphy in at the 3 spot. Green with the block. Pass to McGee. Taken away by Hayes. Pass to Murphy. Out to the wing. New Orleans moving the ball around. Passes it to Alvarado. Here's Graham. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Kleba's checked in.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Green. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Wood. Got a piece of it. Graham against Wood. Graham, the pass to Alvarado. Nance outside. Graham surveying the floor. Hayes with the screen for Graham. Here he goes. Now the pass to Alvarado. 4 on the shot clock. Outside Murphy. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Mavericks trailed by 4. Pass to Finney-Smith. Down low. Cut lets it go from 14. That one a little long. For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Now here's Graham. He's guarded closely. Lets the three fly. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the left wing. Wood kicks to Bullock. Pass to Kleba. Here's Finney Smith. Right side Green to the left side wing. And here's Bullock from the arc. Pelicans pull it in, so they foul intentionally. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're up by 4. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Now he's checked in for Christian Wood. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Maxi Kleba. Dinwiddie's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Josh Green. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Guys, I was able to catch the message Willie Green gave to his team. He told his guys that team is not going to give it to us. We have to take it. That means staying aggressive and playing with no fear. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see them knock them down there.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Powell dishes to Dinwiddie. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Hardaway with a wide open look. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Yeah, he's got a great motor, Hardaway Jr. He does not need to be pushed to step up in big moments. He relishes.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And they love that it's CJ at the line right now. McCollum is a cool customer.
And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Mavericks call time here. They're down by 4. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Hardaway. Finney Smith can't get it to go. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
We have seen Ingram take on a bigger role, wanting to get to the line when it matters.
And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. 7 seconds left in the game. Passes it to Finney Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game,